Greetings everyone, and I hope you're all happy and healthy out there in collecting land. And welcome back to the channel for another Hot Toys 1/6 scale figure preview. So a short time ago, Hot Toys announced this rather stunning looking piece, and I thought I'd share my first impressions with you. As regulars to my channel will know, I am a huge Predator fan. But I'll hold my hands up to not knowing much about samurai Predator lore. I know Hot Toys released a version of this some time ago, but it looks like they've pulled out all the stops here to produce something quite spectacular. And what Hot Toys have done as well, as they have a tendency to do these days when they announce a new figure, is they've released a plethora of photos. So I thought we'd take a quick look and see what this piece is all about. So the first shot we've got here looks like it may very well be the cover of the art box, to be honest with you. It looks absolutely stunning. I'll hold my hands up straight away and say this looks like an amazing piece. From that rather spectacular base to the armour to the weaponry, all looks absolutely incredible. Now, what it does say at the bottom there, in the bottom left-hand corner, if you can see that, it says Artist Collection. Now, I don't know if this is something new. I know that Hot Toys have ventured into artisan pieces, but this may be a first on me, is the Artist Collection. It actually gives the names there at the bottom. I'm struggling to read those, of the people involved in the design and sculpt and paint of this piece. Hopefully those names will become clearer as we go through the photos. So let's move on to the next one. I think that's more of an artist rendition, that first one. This is more like it, yeah. This is most certainly the figure itself and the base as well. And first impressions are very, very good indeed. Regulars to my channel will also know that I am a huge fan of samurai armoured figures and of Japanese samurai figures in general, particular things like Pop Toys Last Samurai and so on. I'm hoping that this rather nice weathered armour that we're looking at here is metal. That would be fantastic to see with real material holding the overlapping plates together. That will be fantastic, and I'll reserve judgment on that until we actually get up close with the piece. But so far so good from these lower leg braces here. The paint applications look really, really nice. The weathering on there looks fantastic. The paint applications look phenomenal on these shoulder pads. The gauntlet here, the three knife gauntlet looks like it folds back rather than is retractable. That's an interesting touch. The helmet looks really, really good with the weathering on there. It's pitted and there are dinks and burrs in there. You've got this sort of rather medieval looking plasma caster here and an assortment of swords and knives going on, and this amazing base. So yeah, so far so good. Taking a look at the design in paint, it looks like it's, and if I'm butchering these names, please forgive me, looks like it's been designed and painted by Takayuri Takaye and sculpted by somebody whose name I can't read there. Hopefully that'll make itself clear in some of the other photos. This is a slightly closer up look, this one, and really starting to get to see the details here. Also, yeah, we can see that the elbows here are ratcheted, which is probably a good thing, actually. I don't think using a seamless body with this kind of figure would be a good idea. Even if these armour plating sections are plastic, you'd still run the risk of tearing into silicon and damaging it. So they've gone with a normal jointed body, which is probably a good thing. It's got this green hue to it, rather than the normal sort of rotten banana yellow, shall we say, of other predators, of silver screen predators. But yeah, the detailing on this armor looks phenomenal, and I'm loving this sort of ragged, stained and weathered underskirt section as well. And here we can see he's holding the severed alien head, or half of it, which is dripping acid blood. I'm assuming that's an accessory, so that's wonderful to see as well. But yeah, the level of detailing, the weathering on here, that helmet and mask, that sort of medieval looking plasma caster, the whole thing looks really, really phenomenal. So moving on, right, what we got here is the special edition samurai helmet with crest. So I am assuming the one on the right here, the red one, is the one that comes with the standard figure, and then the one on the left is included as a bonus. Both of them look phenomenal as far as I can see. And it looks like it's saying interchangeable helmet and mask, so I'm assuming that this helmet and mask go on top of the provided head sculpt rather than them being alternate full head sculpts. But yeah, both of them look superb. The paint applications are great on there, those vivid reds on the right hand side. There's obviously variations here other than just colour. I love how the fangs here are protruding through the face mask itself. You've got a black face mask on the left. It's obviously got this crest on it. I'd be interested to find out what that says. I'm sure I skimmed through it while I was looking at some of the other details, but I will find out. Helmet's obviously different. It's different around the back. It's a different colour. It's got these lumps on it, which you don't see on the one on the right hand side, and obviously the black as opposed to red on the right hand side. But yeah, both very, very nice indeed. And if they fit over the head sculpt, which is what I'm assuming they do, I think that's a really good idea from Hot Toys, rather than limiting what you get with interchangeable heads. So yeah, that's the swap out helmet and crest. Now 2 styles of mandibles. Now I've got the classic Predator in my collection, the Predator's Predator, the Jungle Hunter. It'll be interesting to see if they've gone with the same mandible solution here as they have done with that particular piece. You've got an open mouth on the left here and a closed mouth on the right. The people who know the Hot Toys Predator will know how they did that. There's essentially these mandible sections here on the left and right are separate pieces which slot out, and there is a seam underneath here and running round underneath the chin where the lower teeth come out as well. Be interesting to see if that's the same solution that they've used here. But once again, you've got that same level of really, really high level of paintwork going on in there on the teeth, on the flesh on the inside of the mandibles, the gradation of paint to suggest ivory on the fangs themselves. Moving up, and this head sculpt looks really, really good. I'm loving the top of this head here, this cranium section, with all the detailing on here, all the little spikes, heavily indented with this sort of segmented cranium section going on here with really nice paint applications. Dreads looking more snake and worm-like than in the original classic Predator. Just overall, paint applications and design look phenomenal, and also can get an idea up close here of these shoulder sections of armour and the level of detailing and the paintwork that's gone into those as well. So yeah, 2 styles of mandibles, so it'd be interesting to see how whether they've kept the same mandible solution, shall we say, that they've used in the past. So what else have we got? Now this is the first real look at that base, and I have to say I think this base is worth the price of entry itself. As I mentioned at the top there, I know that Hot Toys did a version of this previously, and I think it had a similar base to this with a fallen alien. But I think this looks absolutely incredible with the head that's obviously been cleaved in two with the sword, with the acid blood dripping off it, and that clear dome section of the aliens being cut clean in two. Looks phenomenal, this base. It really, really does, with the Samurai Predator stood astride, holding half the head. But yeah, once again, you can see those ratcheted arms there, but the paint applications look really nice. Detailing, once again, phenomenal. And there's a lot of photos to get through here, so we'll skip along. Yeah, it looks like this gauntlet section actually bends back rather than retracts, as we've seen with previous Jungle Hunter and Classic Predator and City Hunter Predators and so on. Rather than slotting back up into the gauntlet section, they fold over so he can hold a sword. But yeah, once again, level of detailing looks really, really amazing here. Once again, a straight-on shot. You can see that plasma caster there. And this base really, really does come into its own here. What else have we got? Different angle here. Nothing specific leaping out there that we haven't already seen, I don't think. I'm other than the shape of these gauntlet knives. These are very medieval looking, rather than just straight blades as we've seen with classic Predators. These have got a much more, as I say, medieval look to them. So yeah, very, very nice indeed. Once again, with the black mask on, holding the head. The level of detail once again standing out like a sore thumb. Let's move on. We've got the unmasked head here with the mandibles fully open. The variety of options here for posing look really, really good with the interchangeable masks, the interchangeable helmets, and the mandibles as well. A shot from the rear, and I must say the intricacy on these weapons is very, very good as well. The detailing is what we've come to expect from Hot Toys. What really strikes me here is these dreads. I'm loving the paint applications on these dreads to give it that, as I say, almost snake worm-like look. You've got oranges, sort of yellows, almost gradiating into deeper reds and blacks as it gets towards the cranium there. Very nice. The red mask, a close-up. Once again, you can get an idea of those details of that on that weathering, on the helmet section there, and the paint applications. Good shot of the gauntlets there, and as I said, those almost medieval blades going on there. It really does give it a period feel, this, although it is after all, a Predator figure in a samurai world. Once again, those blades are extended there. Yeah, lots of photos here, and each one just as impressive as the last. Good to see they've given us some photos of the detailing as well. So you've got the plasma caster up top here. Once again, it's keeping that almost medieval theme in its shape. And a close-up of those gauntlets as well. Good to see that there's a metal samurai sword included there. I'm not sure whether the rest of these swords are going to be metal. It would be nice if they are. I'll keep my fingers crossed on that one as well, that the weapons and the armour are metal, but still the weathering on there and the detailing on the short sword looks phenomenal. And a close-up of this base. Now, this base looks worth the price of entry alone on its own. I'm absolutely blown away with this base. If there is anybody out there who has the original Samurai Predator figure, and I'm pretty certain there was a slain xenomorph base with that as well. Drop a comment in the comment section below. I'd be interested to hear how this compares with that. Have they done something new here? Is it a variation on a theme? But as far as I can tell, it looks great. You've got the head in two pieces here, when I'm assuming this section of the head, as I said before, because he's holding it like you see here, is going to be a movable feast around the base itself and an accessory in and of itself. But yeah, you've got all the contents of the head spilling out there in a particularly gory and unpleasant way, and paint applications look great to give it that sort of acid translucent green. Moving on. Yes, and of course the obligatory Hot Toys everything shot that you tend to include at the end, so you can get an idea of all of it in one shot. So you've got shots of the figure on the base there that we've already looked at, and the close-ups as well, and covering the interchangeable masks, the mandibles, all the accessories, and that marvellous base as well. So I think that is it. Yeah, that's it now. So there we have it. That's Hot Toys Samurai Predator, and hopefully, well, I say hopefully, it's a no-brainer for me. I will be going for the special edition exclusive, because I'm loving the way this thing looks. So yeah, it's a done deal as far as I'm concerned. But what are your thoughts on this? Is it something that is on your radar? Is it something that you're going to be getting involved in? Predator, what's your take on Predator and this side of Predator, away from the silver screen and the different lore that runs sort of tangentially to the cinema take on Predator? I would be fascinated to hear what's your take on Hot Toys, what's your take on this piece, what's your take on collecting in general. Nothing's off menu, so please drop a comment in the comment section below. And normally at this point I would run through what's coming up on the channel in the 1/6 scale world in reviews and showcases and so on, but there's so much of it. I'll leave that be for today. So I suppose all it remains for me to say is a massive thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves, happy collecting, and then until next time on the channel, look after yourselves and be safe.